Test, test, test. Microphone working. Chat windows open. Let's see what happens here. Hey guys, welcome back to Buster's Corner. Finally, I'm done with Dover. Am I at Dover? No, I'm not at Dover. Does it say? I think I said Dover. We're at Kansas. Dorothy. Huh? We're at Kansas, Dorothy. I'm still running the Sacramento Kings logo on my car. We go to Game 7 tomorrow at noon. Hopefully we can beat the Warriors and go on and play against the Lakers. Okay, so Kansas is a really cool track. I think everybody loves Kansas. Down the back straightaway, you got that uphill climb. It's wide. There's plenty of room. Um, there's a high side that you can drive, or there's also the low side, depending on how you set your car up. So and there's a middle line too. There's 3 lanes. It actually works at this track with 3 lanes do. So yeah, the 3 grooves do work, and it's kind of cool. Actually, it's a lot of fun. So it's a 100-lap race. So for me, I think pit strategy, depending on how if it looks like it's going to stay green, then I think I'm pitting on lap 45. I'm going to pit 5 laps early, and they take it stretch to the end. We can go 60 laps on fuel, so that's not a problem. If it gets broken up in there, then the key there, so if it starts to get broken with yellows, the key there is that I think I'm maxed out around 62 laps, 62 laps on fuel. So you got to make sure you accommodate for that. Tires for me here is not a problem on this setup. I probably have too much tire left behind. I'm probably not eating them up enough, but that's here in testing, so it may be different on the track when you get in a heated battle. Look see there. What else can we tell you? So, all my testing, I've not crossed the white line here, and all my testing, all my laps I've done. So, just because I like to keep it that way until I'm done with the setup. So now we can go and cross down through there. This is coming up out of turn 2. Here's your uphill climb into 3 and 4. And here, if you're at the high side, you stay to the right. If you're at the low side, go to the left. If you forgot where you're supposed to be, then you would be in the middle. 2 definitely distinct, different setups, but not to say this one can't drive up there. I just don't think it's optimized. It's not optimized to run in the high groove. It's set up to run the low groove. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go see what we can find out, because we still got. Remember, hurry up! I got some other stuff I want to show you guys. Let me see your chat. Like I said, chat window is open. Microphone's working. Okay, all that's working. Let's go back to now. Let's show you the analyzer. Well, wait. Nope, we need this. We are at 77.99. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 80% testing. That's our testing parameters. All right. Stint analyzer is showing me some really good stuff. I like this. This is my 50-lap stint. 31.8. 7s, 8s, 7s. What was 35? 6. All right, so 4, 5, 6, 7, and they kind of flattened out right there. All right, so I'm liking all of that. The tires for 50 laps, almost 70% in the right front. That's what I mean. This should probably closer to 50% maybe. So I'm definitely not eating up my tires as much as I could. Who knows? Like I say, it might change once you get into traffic. Okay, real quick here on our AB. So first 10 laps, 31 2s, 1s and 0s. I got 1 9 in there. All right. 12, 16, 23 for 51. 51 don't count. 52. So actually 1591. I don't know. All right, so I'm okay with that for now. Who knows? We'll have to come back and change. I'm going to change the setup on before Monday even hits, but I think I'm done with this one. Okay. Talk about the setup a little bit. Let's go to our notes. Buster's Corner free to share, but leave the BC in the file name, which means if you use our setups, BC needs to be up here. So it could be, um, you know, Ryko setups dash BC race 1.0. Okay. Or, you know, EPI slash BC Kansas 1.0. Fifth gear set for minor adjustments using nose weight. Show you in a minute here. Minus 0.1 looser plus 0.1 tighter. That's a long run adjustment. You got to run 25 laps to be sure. What I found when I was building this, I was down around 40. I was at 48.6, and the car would just get too loose after 25 laps. I rode to 48.8. It dialed it right back in where it needed to be. So by running a 48.8 versus a 0.6, I'm forcing the driver to take a bigger circle to make it around the track. If I lower it too much, you have a tendency to get down low on that corner and crank that wheel to get the car low, and the front gets tight and the rear end comes around. So to stop that, I'm making you take a little bit of a bigger arc through that circle. I'm making you back out of the throttle a little bit so you can get through that arc better. Okay, that's me teaching you how to drive, or teaching you how to drive the car the way I want it driven. Now, so when I look at the tires for my 50 laps, 246, 238, this shows I'm a little bit hot, a little bit tight. I am pretty much within 10 degrees, so it's not a huge factor. And that could be a driving style. If you are the guys that like to burn with the right rear and you get on the right rear late or early, this balance might be just perfect for you. Okay, but there is room to move that around. All right. The other thing. So if I was to loosen this up for me, per se, you know what? Looking at these tires up here, 69, well, maybe not. You could probably crank some more camber in his left front, and actually that would loosen up that would tighten up the front end, which would loosen up the rear end. So you may want to, whoa, I didn't know that was 3.6. I thought that was higher than that. Huh. Huh. Funny, I thought they were, You know, like I increased this, but I didn't increase this side. Okay, that will loosen you up a little bit as well. Well, it'll tighten up the front end. It'll make the front end tighter, which will loosen up the rear end for you. So that's one possibility, is adjust the right height. So, you know, unclick your preloads. I want the crossway 56.5, and bring this camber up to one click. Is one thing you can do. See, 56.5. So if you want a little bit looser, maybe go to a 56. Let's see, how do we get there? That'd be lowering that bar. I think you'd want to come back here and give me one more click right there. 56.2. That's probably where it needs to be to help balance those tires out. So it means a little bit looser in this right rear tire, and that'll save this a little bit too. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there for right now. All right. Just run a couple quick laps here. Now in this video, I'm going to, Tom, Bill, and I, did some tire testing earlier in the week here at Kansas. Because the question came up, and you see it all the time, what air pressure do you run at which track? Where do you start? I think Timothy Smith was running the 3555, what he was showing us. And I think last season here we were, I want to say 2748. That's what I had in the setup. I'm currently running a 3050. Let it off, let it come down to the bottom, let it roll through there. Let it roll through. Now, late in the run, I'm talking lap 25 plus, when you don't have all that grip and you jump on that gas, she's going to push out on you. So, and that's probably what I did on a late run. One of my front tires probably eating up. I probably wasn't backing up my corners and such. The tire saver and the brake saver are Tom's overlays. There's a link down below. I get that question every video, where you get the overlays. There's links down below. Either Tom's GitHub. These are through Simhub overlays. If the tire saver turns blue, I'm loose. If it turns red, I'm plowing the nose. Nice and smooth right through there. See, I guess that could be freer. For me, I guess it is on the snug side. But for me, it just feels like that's just where it needs to be to get the forward bite that I'm looking for. I rotate through this, everything's just fine. But like I said, oh wait a minute, did I drop the cross on this one? See? Does a little bang up on the high side till the tires can inflate. Last lap. I'm banging right there, but it'll go away. Alright. 31.097 was the last lap we just turned. Yeah, it wasn't fast, but I wasn't trying to be. Alright. 206, 214, nah, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to save that. But that's very plausible and very doable, I think. Okay, no one is still there. Okay. Okay. There's the setup. That's it right there. Oh, so the tires. For me, I'm running, oh, actually I was running 30/50s, I thought. Huh. I didn't realize I had lowered those. Did I? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Uh-oh. Did I make a gooper here? See, the last one I saved was 5.6. Let me see here. My setups. Kansas. 5.6 or 5.5? Nope, they all have the 29. Okay. All right. I didn't think I did that. And I'm going to tell you what's going on with that in a second. Let me get myself back to focused here. Let's go back up here to our set. Okay. There's the setup, and we're going to work on a qualifying step in just a second here, guys. Okay. I want to show you something. So the question comes in here I was talking about was tires. So I'm running 50. I started at 30 and 50s is where I started. And then I made some minor adjustments here and there. I think I brought this down one to help keep these temps, these PSIs in line. Uh, this one over here I lowered just to get more stagger, right? More stagger makes you rotate better. Okay. Typically, I think there's a rule of thumb somewhere that Tommy Brandon talks about. Was it 10%? Which I don't know about that. I've never gone through and proved or didn't prove it. That's going to be a staggered thing. It's going to loosen you up and you get better rotation with the bigger stagger, but not to go too far. And maybe I got too much. Who knows? But where do you start? The question is, where do you start, right? Let me pull up some pictures here. So we did, let me see, let's say, I want this one. Okay. We started with our air pressures at 35 left, 55 right. Now, these are kind of flipped backwards here. So this is my left side of the car. This is the right side of the car. Okay. As you can see by where we started at right here. Okay. And we went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 laps. Then we cut down. We're going to do 25 later. This is a lot of laps. So I think Tom did the first one here. So we ran 5 laps, brought the car to a nice easy stop on the main straightaway, recorded the pressure growth at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 laps. So the question is, what are the tires doing? So what we see on this first graph right here is that this is pretty much plateaued out right here. We got climb, 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 and it flattens out. Here it flattens out. Okay, so this is actually happening somewhere right around 30. You get a little bit of growth, but not much. So around lap 30, which tells me right away, in order to know what your car is going to do for you long run, you've got to run 25, 30 laps. It's looking like 30 laps, huh? If you look on this here, this is the right side tires, okay, and they started at 55, and 5 laps there right here, 61 and a half and 62. All right, then they grew together, and they came together. Okay, this is lap 30, and then the yellow one, he didn't have a thing here. I don't know which one's which here. Uh, so the yellow one's flattened out, and actually then the red one dropped down. Okay, I'm gonna say that the red one is my right rear because that's the one that's the hottest. Okay, so again, this is actually almost at lap 25, and then here she kind of got flat, right, to lap 30 and 35. Okay, so that's the 35, 35. Now, let's go to, let's see, pressure, 30, 30, 50. So we just dropped both sides by 5 psi, and what do we see? Okay, right, again, 20, 25. By lap 25, we're plateaued here. 20, 25. All right. This got to be a lot of laps, you guys. 25, 45, 60, 70, 75 laps just to get this far. So the next one, 30 more, was, so anywho. But we see that it comes up and it's plateauing off right. This is probably going to go right about here. So we kind of stop. This one definitely flat. All right, so 25. So you got to do a minimum of 25 laps on your car before you know what your your ride height is going to be. All right, same thing over here. So even though we started 5 psi lower, right, I'm still plateauing lap 20, lap 25 right here. I would say these plateaued a little bit longer, maybe lap 27, 28. These are definitely done by lap 20 and 25. Okay. All right. So 27, 47. Well, we did these 3. So again, 20 to 25, 20, 25, Looks like this one might go to a little, maybe 28 is the left rear. All right, but that's pretty close to right there. But again, there's your flat line. So time and time again, no matter where you start your air pressures, all right, it's going to plateau by lap 2025. All right. So then you say, well, did I pick up extra speed in these 10 laps? I don't know. You're getting maybe I do have it somewhere. Did you gain speed? I don't think I did. What I did find, well, I'll hold off, say that for a minute here. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Now, the other one we did was the tire temps. Okay, now let's take a closer look at this right here. Now, the green one is my left front, and being how the temperatures are taken off the center of the tire, all these are taken from the center of the tire, the left front does not produce. Now, if we would have taken the, was it the left side of the tire, then I think this tire would have been up here somewhere. Actually, I know it would. But we know this side, yeah. Anywho, you can't use the left front tire. This is the left rear, all right. And these are our right front and right rear, which is really where all of our heat is anyway, right? So here we can see by lap 15, the temperature tires come up the temperature by lap 15 into lap 20. And then actually we see it go down, right, into lap 25. Probably because that's where our speed drop off is, right? So it's coming up, coming up, coming up. She plateaus between 15 and 20. Everything's cozy. She's pretty. Our lap time starts going down, all right? And then so does the temperatures in the tires. That's 30-50. So, but what if I ran 27-47? All right. Tires going up, 15 to 20 plateau. This red one right here, this is my fault, and I should have redone that 20 laps. I think I kind of dozed off, and I got the right front overheated. That's a driver error. But you can still see the plateau coming across here on the right rear. So yeah, and then it starts to cool off. It was cooling off because I was probably dozing off, and the car was pushing. I think I was not doing the corner right, and I put a lot of stress on the right front. But anywho, lap 15 she peaks out, and she plateaus out, and then come lap 25 she's starting to cool off again because your lap times are going down. Now, did we get any hotter? Let's take a look here. He's got 250 on this line right here. And that's 270, so let's call that 260. All right, I think that's fair because that's 260. And on the 260, this one, well, looky there. Also at 260. So the starting air pressures did not affect the heat in the tire, did it? Let's go back up there a second. Where did I get? This is one screen. I can't. All right. So let's take a look. It's lap 10. It's below the 260. It's above the I'm gonna call it 255 lap 10. 255 lap 10. Where's the other one? 255 lap 10. Lap 10. 250. It looks the same to me. I mean, this might be a rough scale, and it might be plus or minus 1 or 2, but I'm still sitting about 255 for lap 10. So and we were doing 2757 compared to 3050. So okay, we're only off by 3. We probably should have done 3555 on that, but we didn't think about it at the time we were running the testing. So I'd say there's some validity to running at 3550 and seeing the temperature different. Those 27s, those aren't. It's all the same, right? I'm only off by 3. So even by 3, you look at, like I say, 2747. 3 doesn't matter, right? It's the same stuff. Let's get rid of that one and that one. Now, if we want to go back to I don't. I don't. Um, in all the charts, they're growing together, and they should because they're the same PSI, right? So, I mean, yeah, I might be off by uh, a smidge. These are actually pretty dang close. This is the left side, and the left side's not really a good because you know that the left front is not carrying the same pressures and heat that the right front is. But your backs are pretty close to identical, and they merge together. All right. So if you have comments about the tires, I will post these those screens in Buster's Corner um, somewhere, so you can look at them again later. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Tire. Sorry, I took a drink and washed my mic off. So according to that, tire pressures do not matter. But as a driver feel, I felt like the 3555, the car was more on top of the track. Okay, uh, whereas a 2747 or even a 25, I think I did play with a 2545 and keeping everything with a 20 psi split for research purposes. Um, um, I felt like the lower air pressures, the car was tight. It was tight in my hand. It felt like I was driving on a soft tire. Um, uh, yeah, it really felt like I was on a tire that was half flat. And if they're both going to increase the same amount in temperature and pressure, um, I think going forward, I would pick my tires out a little more on the high side. I think, a 30-50 for me is right now. This setup is working really good. Um, I think I would go between there to 35-55. I'm not one that likes going to the maximums though. That's why I went 30-50. All right. So when you set up your tire pressure, set up to what feels good for the driver. Okay. Because all the other data is just coming up. It's all going to be the same thing in the end. Okay. I want to go, and I haven't yet, but before we start building our own community setups, did Philip give us a qualifying setup yet? Oh. Mm-mm. Timothy has a race set up, and so does Phil, but there's no qualifying setup yet. Okay. How much time do we have on the video? How much time we got on lunch break? It's already been a half an hour. All right, let's see if we can squeeze in a qualifying setup real quick. Nobody in the chat channel. All right. Probably should. It's already been a half an hour. Okay, just real quick. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. 1840. 1840. Close enough. 1085. Hmm, you like that, didn't it? That's scary. Okay. 1765. 1765. I'll leave it there for now. This needs to come up to about a 9. Pretty close, pretty close. Okay, there we go. 2006. Wrong way. Okay, looks good, looks good, looks good. That's even better. That's better. That's better. All right, 56.7. That's fine. Um, hmm. Let's do. Oh, that's too high. Okay. Okay. Let's try it. Let's try it, baby. Um, those guys are doing point .4s. Whoops, come on, push this. Point .4s and point .5s. If I can get a 6, I'd be happy. Let's go. Actually, if I make it around the track without wrecking, I'd be happy. Ah, don't hit the wall. So typically you didn't increase the air pressure in the tires for qualifying, right? We might be all right because we already got high pressures. Oversteer, oversteer, oversteer. How, baby? Okay. Now, I think I got the bars wrong. Huh. You guys saw that, didn't you? Go the other way. Oops. You're like, what the hell's he doing? Knucklehead, you can't do that. Let's try that. You can't do that. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Good movie, huh? One of my favorites is The Hunt for Red October. When they're out there on the aircraft carrier, and they're trying to figure out what the submarine captain's going to do. And that guy that was in charge of NASCAR from Days of Thunder. Son, Russians don't take a shit without a plan. Nope, nope, she's too loose. She's still too loose, Chet. Too much grip. Alright. Alright. Got too much grip in the front end versus the rear end. Alright, let's do something else here. Let's take you back to something that's more normal. Okay, I'm going to increase this guy. Wow, man, I hate to increase that, but 1769. That here, 68, 64, 59. I got all messed up here, don't I? 1769. Oh, more of that. Yeah, we'll leave that there. 2005. Close enough. This may take more work than we got time for. See what happens. Push test, you big dummy. She loosened the butt, that's for sure. We got tire saver turn red, turn blue. All right, well she's coming through there. Uno Lapo. She's getting too loose. What was that one? 31-1? Some nose weight in it. I'll tighten it up. I hate to move the rear ARB because I really like that number. Dos Lapos. Right there, she wants to come around. I'm about to move to the ARB. Well, that was better. All right, that was a lot better. That's a good time for me. For me. Still 4 or 5, but we need to save that. Okay. If I was just tighten it up a little bit more. let's see, it's on exit, so I think we need to get rid of this. Let's tighten that up. I'm going to back these off a little bit. Oh, there was something else I want to show you guys on those tires. Pitting. You know when you pit and the question is, well, do I add more wedge here or more wedge there? I think you gotta stop doing that and do tire pressure only. And I'll show you what I mean. There, I think we got the gas a lot sooner right there. Now we're cooking in Crisco. Now we're cooking in Crisco. We'll take the 7. We'll take that 7. I'll post it up there. You guys can play with it later. It was still a little bit loose coming out though, huh? It's a little bit loose on exit still. So we want to... I'm going to do this just one time. One time. I would like to have this, more of this, but it's got to be, you know what, this spring's probably too low for qualifying. Last one. Okay, pit stops. So, as we were doing that whole tire pressure test thing this week, it really came to light how much 1 pound of air pressure raises and lowers the car. And the mistake I was making, I didn't think it did much at all. Sometimes nothing at all. I would change the air pressure, go over to the other garage screen, click apply, but nothing changed. Don't like that scraping. That's, we want to raise that car up a little bit. That's free falling right there. That sucker's so sideways. How do you like those apples? 7-0, that's almost a 6, baby. All right, let's go take a look at motec real quick. Oh, I didn't do the motec for you guys on the other setup, did I? Um, do I have it in here yet? I do not have it loaded yet. Let's take a look at motec real quick. Okay. Okay, I'm using mile marker down here, distance markers, which is the same as this line up here. 6000. That's a 1. That's good. Okay, this is lap 3. Let's go lap 5. Lap 5, 87 to 73, 147, 144. That's look good right there. I got a negative rake of 1.08. Okay, that's lap 5. Lap 10, 88, 86, 146 across the front, 101. This is, okay, go to lap 15. 93, 95, 102, maintaining rake, and the nose is being maintained right there as well. That looks good. I would expect to be a bigger split right here, but we might be in a hole as well. See, there's the bump or something. So now you got a bigger split. Maintaining 150 across the front. That looks pretty. 84, 92, 84. That looks good. Maintaining rake of -1. Go lap 25. Maintaining rake. 97, 94. That's we're in a bump here. 63, 57. Back to our 150s across the front. 97, 103. Maintaining rake of negative. Oh, look at that rake being maintained. Huh? 30, that's 35. We're at 90, 97, 96. Right side's up a little bit high, but let's see, we might just be in a ditch or something like that. 148 across the nose still. Forward to that 40. Rake of 98. 193, 102. You see the right side's coming up a little bit. Maintain on 155. The nose looks awesome. 40, lap 45. 98, 88. Okay, well that's where we are. We're coming towards the end of our run. So now we want that right side to come up. That's going to free us up in the long run. Look at that nose. That is just awesome right there. I can't believe I did that. Look at the rake. -1. Maintaining rake. Maintain the nose level. And the back is starting to come up on the right rear, which means the car is starting to free up in the long run versus getting tight. Lap 50. 94 on the rake. 91 to 102. Look at that nose. That nose. I can't get that any better. That nose is gold, baby. Right there. All right. And the rake is maintained throughout the whole run. This is normal right here. We're just going to ring on the little bit on the loose side. All right. Tire. Let's go. Look what we got here. We got lap 50. Look at the tires. Look at that right front tire. Wow. I didn't look at this earlier. I should have. Let's go to tires. Where am I at here? Not notes. Not that one. Stint heat. Take us from lap 50 to 20. No orange nowhere. Man, I think I nailed it this week. Thanks to Tom and Bill, though, because I'd given them a setup, and I was working in another direction, chasing something, and the one I gave them worked just fine. So I went back to that previous setup that they were holding on to and was using just fine, and I did just a couple of minor things to that one, and it was done. Our tires are awesome. Let me see here. The other thing we like to look at, let's go to, no, I want that. I mean, Just give me one lap. Driver. I don't like to see that, but where are we at here? Let's go lap 10. All right. Don't like to see that red right there. But we do like to see the green underneath. So I may have the wrong steering box in at a 236. This might need to be a lower one. Right down here in the middle, 1.7. That looks good too. Where am I? Oh, that's the wrong screen. Dummy. It's a little bit of red right there. It's a little bit of red right there. I probably cut the wheel in too tight, too soon. Okay, let's go look at lap 50. A little more red going on right there. Which, yeah, that's okay though. I'm all right with that. Okay, there's our motec for that. Our qualifying setup. Let me see here. If we saved that already, I'll play with that some more and then I'll post it here in a little while. Okay, here's what I want to show you guys. Let me go back to. And actually, I just noticed I got two files here. One of these has race. Huh. Okay. I guess it is the same. I tried to see the word line. I tried putting a capital L in there, but it didn't save that way. Okay. So real quick, let me check something. Anybody on the chat channel? JCM Motorsports, get the backup out. What's up, buddy? Um, okay. So let's see if I explain this correctly. All right. When we do in the pit box and we add the wedge or the cross weight and we do, and guys are talking righty tighty, lefty loosey, that kind of stuff. Let me show you something here. We're a 56.5 on our cross, right? And let's say this car is too tight for you. When you go into the pits, what happens if you increase the right half a pound and lower the left by half a pound? 56.3. All right. We just loosened the car up just by a hair. Let's put this one back. 56.5. What do we have here? I gotta write this down. Okay, we're starting at 56.5. Okay. So, let's say I go in here. What happens if we do +1 on both these? Go to 51 and a 50. Didn't do nothing, did it? Okay. Okay. Now, what if well, let's do more over here. Let's go to 51. That's 2 pounds. 56.3. What happens if we drop this? Let's go to 27. 55.7. So that was a huge mark. So let's say you got your green-white checker, right? And you really want to loosen the snot up out of this car. And I the whole wedge. Okay, we can go look at that. But it was the right tight lefty loosey thing in the pit box always confused the hell out of me. But we went up 2 there and down 2 right there. Let's see something just real quick. I know we gotta go. We gotta go. Well, the other thing I want to mention was my in-car. I lowered my height. Watch this. I was probably up there somewhere where I can see the white of the hood. Okay. Tell what my dash is. I lowered it down until I can't see the hood no more. I just want to see how this feels real quick. We had to do 3 laps. I would definitely do this because the car is set up to have the right side lower than the left at the beginning of the run to accommodate for tire growth late in the run. It's not the fuel burn off like I always said it was. It's the tire growth doing it. One more. But don't tell Steve about this. Still tight. Boy, I'd like to do more. Man, I like it. Well, according to what that said earlier, I think that was almost 3/10 faster than the original stint I did. I just overdrove it. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Because when I go in here, my way here. And a lot of you guys know this by heart, so it's no big deal to you guys. But to me, okay, righty tighty. What does that mean? It means right. Okay, this. If I do that, that's tighter.
That's it. Go.
I have to go look it up.
Go.
I increased. I don't know.
That's
I got
it. Go.
Cheat sheet somewhere. If I go down on the right, which should be that.
That's it. Go.
See, I'm confused. I gotta find my cheat sheet
That's
again.
it. Go.
Okay. I'm gonna use the tire pressure. I'm using the tire pressure. What happens? Okay, what happens if we go to? We're at 55.7 now. Let's drop this to a 25. See what happens here. That raises up. Okay. So this was at 29. I'm going to take it to 35. There you go. That lowered you down, didn't it? That got you even looser, baby. It's like that's like giving you a big fat spring in the left front by doing that. When you raise it up like that, it makes it stiffer. Okay, don't do this. Don't save it. No, don't save this. Okay, guys, we're done. I just need to get my race one back in there. All right. We did. That's it. How much time we got on here? Oh God, it's been an hour. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everything you guys do for us. Down below, there's some links if you want to donate to help us cover the costs of the server fees that we pay each week. We do appreciate $1 or $2 in the kitty. Not required though, but it's just appreciated. Make sure you hit the like button down below, guys, so our guys see what we're doing. And if you got a friend or a buddy, make sure you hook them up with us. And the Discord link is down below. The Facebook link is down below. Tom's GitHub link is down below. So everything you've seen here today, you have free access to. Thanks, guys. See you later.